Carly, and I am making this video because I want to practice my video skills. We are having a baby in June, which is just 2 months away, and we want him to have some home videos. But before that, I have to learn how to use a camera and upload it to the internet or my computer or something so that we can safely keep those home videos. So this is just a trial. I'm hungry, so I thought a cooking with Carly video was the way to go. I just quickly Googled, I have these overripe bananas that I don't know what to do with, and I don't want banana bread right now, so I Googled overripe banana recipe, and this is what I came up with. It's called banana breakfast cookies. So they're supposed to be semi-healthy, which is good. Let me see, it says, banana breakfast cookies make a wholesome, yummy breakfast on the go. Plus, they're naturally sweetened, gluten-free, and perfect for using up ripe bananas, which is exactly what I need right now. So, I haven't read through this recipe yet, but I just took a quick skim of the ingredients, and I think I could either have all of them, or I could substitute some of them. So you'll quickly learn that cooking with Carly really means I just go for it and see what I have. No pre-planning involved. This recipe is by Samantha Skaggs, and I downloaded it a couple days ago, but I don't remember the URL, so if I can find it again, then I'll link it, of course. So, ingredients. We will go gather the ingredients now because it's gonna take a lot more than just 2 ugly old bananas. So we have all our ingredients here. I did have to substitute a couple, but I think it'll be okay, not too crazy. We have baking soda that I got from the cleaning aisle, from the cleaning supply section of our house, because that's how little I cook. I only use baking soda to clean with, and it works really well. So baking soda. Maple syrup was a substitute that I had to do for it calls for vanilla extract. So I just am gonna substitute for maple syrup. We only have Himalayan salt, so I'm gonna use a little bit less than the salt that's required here. So I have that. Baking powder, which I'm glad we had because like I said, I don't bake, so I didn't even know if we would have that or not. We have our ripe bananas, of course. We have chocolate chips, and these ones are for baking. So I can't remember what kind they are, if they're dark chocolate or I think they're dark chocolate semi-sweet baking chips. So I think that'll work really well. Cinnamon, of course, and peanut butter. This one is Skippy Natural Creamy Spread. We also have almond butter, but it's not open yet, so I'm going to stick with peanut butter. We have oats, so it calls for quick oats, but I don't really know what that is. So I'm going to assume that this is just going to be fine, so we'll see how that turns out. And honey, this one is wildflower honey. And it does say walnuts or other nuts of your choice. So I have only almonds, and I hope that that's gonna taste good with the almonds and peanuts and maple I don't know, honey. I don't know. I hope that it tastes good. So let's get on to the first step here, which is position rack in center of oven and preheat to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. All right, and then while that's preheating, we want to line a baking sheet with parchment paper and set aside. But we do not have parchment paper, so I wonder what to do instead. And also, what size baking sheet? I don't know, it says it makes 12 cookies. So I think I'll just get like the biggest baking sheet we have and then maybe oil the bottom? No, that sounds like it would burn the cookie. Okay, what to do without parchment paper? All right, so trusty old internet over here says we can either line the pan with aluminum foil, which we do have, and then, or grease the mold with butter or cooking spray and then dust flour on them. So I'm not really trying to get all messy today, so I'm just gonna go with aluminum foil. Plus we've had it forever and ever, so it'd be nice to use it up a little bit. Okay, and then set it aside. That's pretty easy. So for these next steps, it's a lot of measuring and put it in the bowl, mix it up kind of situation. Maybe I'll zoom the camera in just to show the workspace. I don't know, we're trying things here. Okay, so everything is mixed in this large bowl. Next steps are scoop dough using a scant 1/4 cup measuring cup for form 12 cookies. I don't know what the word scant means, so I'm not gonna do that. And I'm just gonna kind of scoop 12 mounds onto the pan. It also says flatten the top of each cookie on the baking sheet and then bake 14 to 16 minutes. So, baking sheet, ooh, baking sheet, cookie dough. I'm gonna ball it up, make 12, squish it down. Sounds like a plan. When I was mixing the ingredients, I tried to use that manual whisk that I started with for the dry ingredients, and it all just got stuck in the inside of it, and it was not helpful at all. So next time, maybe use the automatic whisker, or I just switched to a fork, and that worked really, really well. It doesn't take very long to whisk it or to mix it up, the ingredients. So I would say just go with a fork because it's easier to clean. So these balls of cookie are quite large. I don't know if I think I'm making them a little bit too big, but I'm going to just keep going along with the mound sizes that I have, and then maybe I'll have to like skim off the top of some of the bigger ones to make smaller mounds so that I can get 12 cookies out of it. Because I could make less cookies that are just bigger, but I don't want to mess with the baking time because I don't really know a lot about baking, so I don't want to mess with all of that. But actually I still have some ingredients left, and these mounds are pretty big, so I think these are gonna be some pretty yummy cookies. And honestly, most of the ingredients are ready to eat anyways. I think you're just having to cook them so that they meld together, and then also so you can keep them a little bit longer. Like the banana would go, oh, the banana would go bad and gross if, like, very super quick if you didn't cook it, right? And then I don't really know what the use of baking powder and baking soda are. One day maybe I'll learn, but for now I have no idea. So I'm sure that there's a reason that you need to bake these when you use those ingredients as well. Squish. These cookies are flattened, and while not perfectly round or super cute, I think that they will still cook the same. So I'm going to put it in the now ready 350-degree oven, and it said bake for 14 to 16 minutes. So I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes and see what happens. Okay, so lastly, it says allow cookies to cool completely on a baking sheet before storing in an airtight container. So it doesn't really say when they're done or not done or what to look for. You know, sometimes it says look for a golden brown, you know, slightly toasted, whatever, something, blah, blah, blah. But I think what we were saying earlier is right, is that most of the ingredients are already ready to eat. So You just kind of have to warm them up and meld them together. There are some notes on this document. So it says for sweeter cookies, you may increase the honey to 1/4 cup. I did not read the notes before I started, which is a good tip to know for the future. But I know that my husband Mike probably doesn't like super sweet cookies, especially for breakfast. So probably wouldn't have done that one anyways. Oh, it does say cookies will not spread, so its shape on the baking sheet is how it will look once it's baked. So my thought is maybe I could have made like little star shapes or hearts or like cute little moons or something, which would be fun, but also ain't nobody got time for that. So that's cool to know. And then it says for gluten-free cookies, just be sure to use gluten-free certified oats, which I don't even know what kind of oats I have, so mine are probably not gluten-free, which is fine. And then for vegan cookies, you may substitute agave nectar or kosher maple syrup for honey, which is interesting because I could have used the maple syrup in place of both the vanilla and the honey if I wanted to, but I guess yeah, no harm done. In my house, we're not vegan or gluten-free, so that works for me. So in about 15 minutes, we should have 12 yummy breakfast cookies, and I shall eat at least 5 of them. Or we can wait until Mike gets home from work and do a taste test then. Until then, what to do? I guess clean up my mess. Oh my gosh, so in the time it took me to clean the kitchen, do all of the dishes, and I just made a quick few texts, my cookies are already done. So I'm gonna take a peek at what it looks inside. Whew. Actually, I'm gonna need an oven mitt. Woohoo, I'm so excited. They smell so yummy. You can really smell that just tiny hint of cinnamon, which is really, really a yummy part. Okay, I'm gonna grab a trivet off the wall, which doubles as my decor because that's how I do it. Oven mitt. Oh, yummy. Woo. And we do wish smell-o-vision was a thing. Look at those yummy, yummy cookies. And because I'm hungry right now, probably, I think that it would be really super yummy if you drizzled some chocolate on top of it right now. Then it'll just give that little extra chocolatey yummy on top. So next steps here are to let this cool and then wait for Mike to get home and eat it. If I can't wait for him, you'll notice that there might be 1 or 5 missing from the pan when we do our taste test, because I really want to know what he thinks too, because we haven't really made anything like this in the past. So if they're yummy for both of us, then definitely we'll make double, triple the batch next time. And then maybe it would be a good go-to, like grab a couple cookies on your way to work kind of meal. A couple, I say a couple because I'm starving, but I think you only eat one. Anyways, until then. Okay. All right, Mike, I made these today. And firstly, what do you think they are?
Oatmeal. Grainy bites.
Sounds like an appealing name. It is just a breakfast cookie, yeah. So I warmed it up for 10 seconds, so it's a little bit warm. Just taste it and see what we think.
Here we go. falls apart when you grab it. Must be soft. Oh, there's banana. There's some banana in that. What do you got, raisins? Almonds?
They're pretty dry. Right? Kind of need milk.
Nope, they're amazing.
There are not raisins, but there's there are oats, almonds, chocolate chips, bananas, maple syrup, peanut butter, cinnamon. Do you taste the cinnamon? I could smell it really well when it came out of the oven. So overall, quick to-go breakfast cookie. You can warm it up. I don't think you have to warm it up. They're gonna be stored in the fridge.
I mean, I tasted all those things in my palate. But I wasn't able to explain.
Because it was ooey gooey and yummy. Out of 10 stars, how would you rate it?
I'll give it about a 6.5.
That's it?
6.5.
So should we keep making these breakfast cookies?
Maybe they'll grow on me and they become 9s.
Me too.
Maybe 10s, who knows?
I really like the chocolate part in it. Usually I don't like chocolate chips, but I really do like that part.
There was a lot going on in my mouth.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. That's it. If anybody ever sees this video, because we have 13 subscribers, you can comment below if you like this Cooking with Carli and Mike's taste test analysis, and we'll try it again. Any last words?
I will try more.
He'll eat more. Famous last words.